So this is our first Linux Bootcamp video, and now we're just going to kind of start with an introduction to the basics of Linux. Most importantly, the basics of finding your way around the command prompt. Different distribution of Linux use different desktops, and you are probably familiar enough with systems to figure your way out around a desktop, right? Find the file explorer, all that fun stuff. But where Linux is really different is how often you use the command prompt and how powerful the command prompt is. So most of these lessons are going to focus on using the command prompt, and in particular today. And I know you're not used to it, it's uncomfortable, that's normal, right? It's normal for you to make mistakes. We're going to talk about a few tricks today to make that a little bit easier for you. Yeah, it's nothing to be scared of. We're going to go through this video. There's going to be a quiz on this video, and then there are going to be a couple of small projects for you to do to kind of practice some of the things that we talk about. All right? All right. So this right here is the Kali Linux desktop. If you double-click on computer there, you will get a file explorer very similar to Windows Explorer. We don't care about that. We're not going to use that, but know that that's there. And if we click on this little icon up here, this opens a terminal window, and I opened two of them. Okay. So this opens a terminal window. The terminal window by default in Kali Linux is semi-transparent. That's why you can see the background behind it. But we are at the command prompt, and we can run commands here. And we're going to talk about what these commands mean and go into detail. But we are currently sitting at the command prompt. The first thing I want you to notice is my prompt at the command prompt. That is this right here where it says root at Kali. Your command prompt can say different things depending upon the way your shell is set up. But usually it is some combination of the current directory that you're in, your user name, and the computer that you're working at. This one tells me my username is root. I am logged in as root. Notice when I typed who am I up here, it gave me the response root. So, you know, if you're following along, which you should be, go ahead and type who am I at the command prompt, and you should see root as well. Then it has at Kali. Kali is the name of this computer, and if I type host name, it prints out Kali. So that's the computer name. So if I was a website, it would be www.kali.com, right? That's the name of the computer. And then notice this little tilde here. Okay, timeout. Let's talk about some special symbols in Linux. There are some symbols in Linux that are weird. They're different. They don't mean what they say. And tilde is a very common one. Tilde means my home directory. What is my home directory? Well, because I'm root, my home directory is /root. For most users, their home directory is going to be under /home/ whatever their name is. Root is a special case. And when we get into standard directories later on, you'll kind of see the standard user directories. Up at the top, I typed the command earlier. I'll type it again. PWD. That is short for present working directory. That means what directory is this shell working in right now, and it is in /root, which is my home directory. That's what that tilde means there. If I do cd/, which means cd is change directory, / means to the absolute directory root, notice that my prompt changed, and my prompt now says /. And if I do cd into var lib, right? Now my prompt now says that I'm in /var/lib. So my prompt tells me who am I, what computer am I logged in at, and what directory am I currently in. You can view those same directories through the File Explorer like you would in Windows, and let's do that. So here, if I go to File System, I am actually in the slash directory. You can see that slash symbol up here. And if I go into var, you can now see I'm in var. Right? And this is kind of the root symbol. I don't know why Kali does that. If I go into varlib, these are all the folders that exist inside varlib, and this is how you would view them under Windows or using a file explorer. In Linux, from the command prompt, I view them using the ls command. So ls stands for list. And you notice the first directory up here is account service, and I go over here and the directory is account service. Apt and then aptitude, apt and then aptitude. So it's this exact same information. It's just that the File Explorer presents it graphically. The command prompt expresses it textually, if you want to get fancy about it. All right? So those are the basics of your Linux prompt and what you as a Linux user need to know about. You are your name, you have a directory that you're in at any point in time, and you have a host that you're logged into. In the next video, I'm going to talk to you about some more commands for moving between directories, and I'm going to talk to you about paths.